First Peoples of Australia their unbroken ties to Aboriginal law, culture and customs. We respect the traditional owners of the lands and waters we inhabit and acknowledge their elders past and present. We celebrate the enrichment of Aboriginal communities around Australia. We recognise the lasting impact of colonisation and dispossession. We salute those who have fought for the rights of First Peoples. Their legacy is our guiding light today and always.
I can't take it anymore!
Good afternoon, good evening, good day, and good morning, Blurtsters, wherever you are around the world. You are listening to the new Blurt.
You absolutely are listening to the new Blurt. Hi, I'm Keely, aka the Kegster. I'm coming to you from the traditional lands of the Wurundjeri people, part of the Kulin Nation. A Southern who's never ceded, always has been, and always will be Aboriginal land. It's about 20 past 8 on a Tuesday. We are ready and raring to go. I've had an incredibly stressful day at work, so I can't wait to crack on to do the show tonight, and we have got so much stuff going on. Tonight is a fantastic segment. We haven't had it for a while because we do it every month and sort of the start of the month. And this is very, very close to the start of next month. So therefore, we are doing Beerducation tonight, and I am reviewing the Mountain Culture Status Quo Pale Ale. And it looks like it was a winner of the Gabs Award, which we will discuss a little bit later when we do Beerducation, which is coming up very, very soon. And Wency will be reviewing the Reckless Brewing Red IPA. I need to get that James Rain song Reckless. See if I can get that on in the background when he's drinking that. That would be really good. Might not be able to have it, but I'll try. And for Blurt Around the World after Beerducation, we're going to talk about the Canadian elections. Do we have a winner? Yes, we most definitely do. We've got a few of the numbers and stats on that one. And as you know, or you may not know if you've been living under a rock, that I did find out that someone this morning I was listening to on a podcast has been living under a rock and only just realised we've got an election this weekend the other day. And that person actually needs to vote. So don't even. But anyway, she was a young person working in the mining industry. And she was saying that her boss was saying to her that mining's going to be around forever, which was not, it wasn't joy to my ears, I can tell you. And I very much hope she's wrong. I will be dead before that happens anyway. But there you go. This election, baby boomers finally outnumbered. But by whom? Once I will talk about that one. And I'm just going to add on to that the top 9 election podcasts. And there, could be a surprise or two in there that you may not know about. And they might be worth having a little listen to just before the election. This weekend, May the 3rd, it starts officially. But you can pre-poll right up until this Saturday. I've already voted. I'm not sure about Wednesday, but we'll talk about that very, very soon. After that, we've got Let's Get Technical. Wednesday's going to talk about AI chip wars between, I would imagine, America and China. And I'm going to talk about humanoid robots running in marathons. Is it a good thing? Why are they doing it? What are we expecting from it? And what do they look like? Well, we'll find all that and more very, very soon. And then we'll have jokes of the week. Mine are going to be themed around Canada. So any Canadians listen to the podcast, and we do have a few Canucks listening to the podcast. So hello to you, and I hope who you voted for came true. And yeah, so you may find some of these Canadian jokes quite funny indeed. But before we go any further, I have to do this. I do it every week. I'll keep doing it. The co-hostess, the with thy mostest. Oh, and I.
Hello. It's good to be back.
It's always good to be back, especially after my day. Oh, my God.
Sounds like we've both had a bit of stressful days or day.
Yeah. As soon as I sat down, just didn't get any better, really. And then my daughter rang me sort of late afternoon. I was like right. You know what it's like. Sometimes you are right in the zone of something, and you're so deep down in the IT hole, and you're just like, no one talk to me, no one look at me, don't even enter my space. I need to
I need
just
to focus.
yeah. And then my daughter rings me. Yes. Maya. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. But yeah. You're not happy, Dad? No. I'm just like, honestly, do not, don't look, kids, don't ring your parents when they're at work and it's nearly the end of the day. They're trying to get out the door and finish what they're doing, because you're just elongating that time they need to stay there. And plus, they need to concentrate on what they're doing. So there's a really good chance that they'll bring down production. But anyway, there you go. So that's my day. But how are you, Wensai?
Yeah, stressful. Away ill or on leave, so yeah, more work for you, which is always great, but that's okay. And projects getting in between daily tasks as well. So yeah, quite stressful, but manageable at the moment.
And are you in the office at the moment?
I go 3 days a week. So now that I'm back from Melbourne, and last week was a short week, so I just work from home. But now I'll just go back to my regular 3. Yeah, back. But before I continue, and I forgot to, I'm coming to you live for those watching from Jagger and Turrbal lands of the Kulin Nation. No, your Kulin Nation. Yeah. So
excellent.
Jagger and Turrbal lands.
Excellent. Now, we'll do something, Wensai, that we don't normally do, but when we have Beerducation, we do, because we found out that we need to do this first.
Maybe my all-time
what?
favorite.
Yes, it absolutely is. And because of that, you can go first, Wensai.
Cool. Okay, I'm going to share our regular, what do you call it? Taste testing sheet. Hopefully it's coming up. Is it coming up?
Yes, it is.
It is?
Yes.
I'm not seeing it on my side.
It is up, and I can see it.
It is up. Okay. All right, so I am taste testing red IPA. This one's going to be interesting. I don't know if you can see that in small print. 6.5% alcohol. So it's going to be a big one. So I may not last the show.
6.5%. Oh my God, that is a big one.
It is. And if my eyesight was good, I'd be able to tell you where it's from.
And you've got your glasses on, dude. How much? How bad can your eyesight be if you actually got your glasses on and you still can't read it?
I need to get the double glasses.
That's a real problem.
It is. I do need to get new script. So, okay. So it's.
I say that about this show sometimes, I tell you.
This one's from Bathurst, New South Wales. So, all right. So it's a red IPA, as demonstrated there.
Hey, nice.
Okay. So this one, let me go to my notes. This is straight from their website. Better red than dead, we reckon, which is why we packed this red IPA fit to burst with mosaic and citra hops. With a full malty base. It's had a few gold medal winning medals or awards. It's a flavorful yet well balanced and aromatic brewing.
I thought you said romantic. I mean, I know we love our beers, but that's ridiculous.
No, it's just the thing. I know. Aromatic is what I meant to say. Around the fire with your besties chatting about, stuff. That's according to their website. So this one's a 1.9 standard drink in that little can. So time to pour and take a peek. Oh, it's nice and golden on my side. Don't know if you can pick that up in the camera. Oh, fits just in the glass. Perfect. All right.
Yep.
On my side,
It's
I
coming
see
out
that as a
good.
very, very nice caramelly
Yep.
color,
Yep, that's what I'm seeing.
as I'd expect on a red IPA. So I'll probably give that a 9 because it is as I expect, if I can get that in. All right, over to the smell. Ooh, definitely citrusy, if that's what the citra hops means.
9 is huge.
Yeah. Oh, it's as expected, red IPA. It's a nice one. Smell, I do like the smell. It's not terrible. It's very pleasant. Give that an 8. Of course, now this is the really important part. Cheers. Am I tasting multi-tastes, multi-flavors? A little bit. It's a little bit caramelly, a little bit buttery on the tongue as well.
Am I seeing ants crawl across the roof?
What?
Am I seeing the roof spin?
Oh no, not yet. It's only one sip. Wait till I get to the end of it, and then we'll see if I'm seeing the underside of the ceiling. Yeah, taste-wise, I'm enjoying that so far. I'd probably give that a 26.
Oh, you're blowing this thing out of the
aftertaste.
water early.
I am, I know. Aftertaste, there's nothing unpleasant, but there isn't anything lingering either. So I'm not, because often you get that bitter taste or hoppy taste lingering in your mouth. So it sort of disappears almost real quick. So I'm going to give this.
I've seen you drink it. I know it does.
But I do like. Will I keep coming back for more? Yes, because even though it's a 6.5%, I'm not tasting it. I'm tasting a bit of the bitterness. It's not overly bitter. Drinkability, I'd give it a 24. So very nice. Definitely come back to this one.
24. Wow. So we're looking at 50, 65, 70, 80.
Hang on.
A big 80.
80? 80? You're right? You sure?
Yep.
That's 50. That's 50. 17. That's different. No, that's not 80.
Yeah, it is.
67.
24, 26, 9 and 6 and 15 is 80. Have you got 9?
You sure?
Have you got 9 and 6?
9 and 8.
That's why. That's why. From here, it looks like a 6.
Right.
So it's 82.
Yep, 9 and 8.
Looks like
82.
82. Yep. That is correct. That is correct, and that is huge. That is a very big score.
Very good.
What was okay? So my last one was 81, and your last one was what was your last one? Or was that mine? Was that yours or mine? But Back Dragon Celtic Amber. Oh, that's got to be one of your crap ones from. What was that? 65? Is that right? Oh, yeah, no, because you're so smart that you actually say who reviews it, so I don't actually need to look at the name. I just look at the reviewer. Yeah, it was definitely you, 65. Yeah, that was a good one. So, well, I tell you what, Wency, you have stopped on a wonderful picture. So I hope you come back very soon. So he's only had a little bit of that beer, but it's obviously affected him so much that he's lost access to the internet. So we hope very muchly that he will come back very soon. But just before he does, I will do this, and then we'll just get him to come back in. Be back in a minute.
The Australia Institute produces high-quality research that has real-world impact, whether it's revealing the $10.3 billion in fossil fuel subsidies provided by federal and state governments last year, or our long-standing research advocating for a federal anti-corruption commission with real teeth. We change minds. To donate, head on over to australiainstitute.org.au.
When you give blood, you're more than just a blood donor. You're the lifeblood of Australia. Search Give Blood and book your donation with Australian Red Cross Lifeblood today. Give life. Give blood.
And we are back. You are listening to the new Blurt. You have the Kegster. We are sans Wensai at the moment, but he will be back very soon. In fact,
I'm back.
He was very much back because all I got was his face right in the screen, and I realised he was there. So it's good to see you, buddy. You've missed nothing since you've been back. We just went for a break.
Okay, good.
And we're back. Oh, you never need to apologise when you're live, my friend. Never need to apologise. So we came up with an 82. Do we have any more information, or is it the Kegster's time to shine, as it were?
It is your turn to enjoy your brew.
Lovely. That's what I like to hear. So this is a 5.2. Now, you'll know this better than me, but mountain culture, Katoomba, does that make it Queensland?
Katoomba?
Yes. Is that Queensland?
No, the Katoomba is New South Wales.
Is it?
Blue Mountains.
Oh, okay. It's up down Ellick way.
Yeah.
I suppose that makes sense in a way, since it says mountain.
Yeah.
So, the tips in the name. Now, the interesting thing about this is it's got bits in it. Can you see that?
Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. It must be a hazy. Is that a hazy?
No, it's a status quo pale ale.
Oh, it's a pale ale.
And it's a flagship beer. And I'm going to give you a little bit of information about this just before I drink it, because I am a sadist. Because it looks so good to drink. But I did want to give a little bit of information about it. And that will be that it's a standout in Australians craft beer scene. Apparently, it won the Gab's Hottest 100 winner, not just last year, not just a year before, but 2022 as well. So, yeah, it had a hat trick.
Years in a row.
Yeah. 22 to 24. So, is it going to be 25? And there is a scan, the can QR code on this as well. Mm-hmm. If I want to afterwards, if I feel so inclined to put a vote in for them to be first again. Now, I must admit, I don't really know what it is, because I don't know what a status quo pale ale is. I know what a pale ale looks like, and it doesn't look like a pale ale.
No.
So
that's why I thought it was a hazy. Yeah,
absolutely. I 100% agree with you. So what it says it is a New England pale ale. So that's interesting. That's the style. It's a 5.2 ABV. Here you go. The appearance is hazy golden orange. Okay, so it's telling me the appearance is a hazy golden orange. It's exactly what it looks like. So in that case, I'll give it an 8. So you can give that an 8. Oh, it smells good. It smells really good. Flavor profile bursting with tropical fruit notes. Think pineapple, mango, citrus, balanced by a smooth, low bitterness finish with someone waving a small palm tree across you and feeding it to you, looking at the... No, stop doing that. Yeah. Oh, it smells good. Does smell good. What have we got the smell out of, Wensai?
10.
Oh, yeah, look, I've got to give that a 7. It's very good.
7.
Yeah, very sniffable. Very sniffable.
Am
I up for drinking yet? Yeah, am I up for drinking yet?
Yes, you are.
Oh, excellent. It's good.
How good is it?
It's very good. 25. It's very good.
25.
Very, very nice.
Close to mine.
And I'm not a big fan of aftertaste, and it doesn't have a huge one. So I'd probably give that 17.
So you're enjoying that one?
Oh, yes. Drinkability.
So 17, did you say?
Mm-hmm.
Drinkability.
Yeah, definitely 25. You definitely, could have a couple of these. These are good. Not too many because it's 5.2, but that's lovely. That's a really nice beer. And I would say probably a very worthy winner of number 22, 23, and 24. It's very, very good. Very, very good. It's described as more tropical than a Hawaiian ukulele orchestra. Excuse my, hope that didn't come across on that thing. I'll have to edit it out. Status Quo is widely available across Australia in various formats. 355ml cans, available in singles, 4s, and 16s. I got it in a 4. Limited gold edition is 500ml Tallboy cans commemorating its Gabs win. Now, Wensai, for the uninitiated, can you please explain what Gabs stands for?
I always forget this.
So do I. That's why I thought I'd go to you.
The Great Australasian Beer Survey?
I think that's right. I think that's very close. I'm not sure if you have to say survey or just survey. I'm not sure.
I am so confident in it, aren't I?
But I think you're pretty close. I think you're pretty close.
It stands for the Great Australasian Beer Spectacular.
Spectacular. Very nice. I like what they did there. In fact, I liked what they did there so much that I'm going to give them a retrospective. And kegs. We have one on this show, but they also have 20-litre kegs, 30-litre kegs, and I love this one. This is excellent. This is going to be my new nickname. They have options for events or home kegerators.
Home kegerators, as in a refrigerator / keg.
I imagine that would probably be what a kegerator is, but you may now call me kegerator if you want to. It's fine. I do quite like that. That's very cool. So so that's really cool. 2, I would say, fantastic beers there. Yeah. Oh, you're kidding me. We both 82'd it. Oh 82. My, giddy up. We've never done that before.
No, that must be a first.
It is. In fact, I do.
Cheers to the good brews.
Cheers to you, Mountain Culture. Cheers to you, Reckless. Great job.
Awesome. Really enjoying this one.
Oh, this is fantastic. It's a lovely beer. It's really, really good.
There we go.
You must be so happy to be back in Australia when it comes to beer.
Oh, yeah. For anyone who wasn't following the last 6 months before I came back from Thailand, the beers over there are pretty shit. As evidenced by one of the pubs I went to, it was called Chithole Beer, and it certainly was. So
it lived up to its reputation beautifully. Yeah, that's good. That's particularly good. Particularly good.
Exactly. So quickly walked away from that one after I finished my my paddle of 5 or 6 beers that I tried.
As you do, and then you got the sick bucket right next to you.
It's called the gutter.
Blurt Around the World. Around the World. Around the World. Around the World. Blurt Around the World.
Around the world.
I will maybe go first.
You go for it.
I will.
It's election time.
It is election time.
This is all about election, pretty much.
It is.
More
Most
political.
of this is. Yeah, I did have a little bit on the new Pope, but we just don't have time.
No, we can talk.
So that's fine.
Carry on next week.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. So, Canada election. I've got a bit on the Canada election. So, I did have a bit on the Canada election. Where did it go? Oh, here we go. Excuse me. I am going to have to do the. I got the belches. So, if you have been living under a rock in Canada, like that person who is in the mining industry that I heard this morning, the Canada election has just finished, the Canadian federal election, and similar. Well, I'll let you know. Okay. Similar to the Australian election, it's done via, I think, via states and via federal. It's not all this election college bullshit. So. But the other thing is that I'm pretty sure in Canada it isn't compulsory either. I'm pretty sure Australia is one of the only places in the world that it is
very
compulsory.
few, isn't it?
Yeah, and I still can't work out if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I used to think it was a bad thing, and now I sort of thought it was a good thing. And I don't know. Now,
I'm very much in favour of compulsory voting for the moment.
Yeah, look, I am too, and we'll get to that in a minute. We'll go through this. A little bit of Canada stuff first, and then we'll do that.
Before you go on to
yes,
that, there's only 22 countries that have mandatory voting. So, yeah.
That's interesting. You've given yourself a bit of homework there, because I'm pretty sure most of those countries, although they say they're mandatory, they're not the same mandatory as we are here. So if you might be able to maybe have that for some homework for next
might have
week.
to have some homework, like you said, because I'm seeing in the list that Chile is not on the list. And I know for a fact that they recently moved to compulsory when they weren't, when it was voluntary a few years ago. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. That's your classic right there. So, let's have a look at that next week. Now, just one thing I haven't done, just apologies. Anyone who's been following on with the show may have heard that we were going to have Dan Illick on this week. Unfortunately, he had some personal stuff that he's had to sort out, and the timing just didn't work. But after the election, and hopefully to God, if Spud the Dud is still a dud and not our PM, I don't even want to say those words. But anyway, we will have him on, and I think regardless we'll have him on anyway. But we just need to find out what the timing is on that. So I just thought I'd let people know that we were going to have him on, but a couple of things have happened there. And just while we're talking as well, just thought I would mention that the Maria Taflaga interview is still up there. You can get it on Substack, newblurt.substack.com. You can find all our pods there, and the Maria Taflaga one from a couple of weeks ago is there. She's also just been doing the rounds a little bit last couple of weeks. Dem Sauce, Democracy Sausage, on with us, and she's been on the Minefield with Walid Ali and another professor, I think it is. That was a particularly good podcast. It was really, really interesting. It's a bit philosophical, and Maria's on it, so it was awesome. But it's quite interesting if you listen to that podcast and listen to our podcast, and you listen to the two Marias. It's quite interesting. She's a lot looser on ours, and I'd say a lot more fun. But she was awesome to listen to, regardless. Anyway, digressing as usual. So the Canadian election, April 28th, seats in the House of Commons is 343. And the majority threshold is 172. So, similar to our Parliament here. What's the majority threshold here? Do you know? I can't never remember.
I think they've got to get 76 seats for a majority? Off the top
Right,
of
so
my head.
we've only got 151 seats or 152 or something.
Yeah.
Right, okay, cool. So they've got 343. It's interesting because America's got like 435 or something, and the UK's got quite a few too. But anyway, voter turnout is, they've still got the data pending on that, so they can't really give any information on that quite yet. But the election results by party, the Liberal Party, which is quite different to the Liberal Party here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the Liberal Party there would probably maybe more of the Labor Party, sort of with a bit of a right-wing green bit, maybe.
I always imagine them more of a slightly right of centre party.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong. I'm
Yeah,
not too sure
yeah. Look, I'm more than happy to have a little bit of a bit of a homework on that myself. Actually, I'll do that for next week.
Or we could ask our mate Mick Diambo.
Oh, we could ask Mick Diambo. If Mick, when he listens, if he could maybe write in and let us know, that'd be cool. Because I know that he did vote for Mark Carney. I did ask him, and
right.
yeah, he did vote for Mark Carney. So, but I don't think he voted with a massive conviction sort of thing. But he was, I don't think he was, as they say here, it's shit and shitter. So I think it's a little bit like that around the world.
Or is it a shit and shit light party?
Well, yeah, shit and shit light, exactly right. Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen them on YouTube.
Oh, yes, definitely. Yes. Definitely shit light is in at the moment, but you don't want shit in. There's no doubt about that.
No, I don't want the shit party in.
No, absolutely not. Anyway, back to the Canadian election. Liberal Party, Mark Carney, he won 155 seats. Now, we just said he needed 172, so he's 17 short of a majority. So the next question is, well, who does he team up with? And I don't know. But the Conservative Party, Pierre Poilievre, Mick will probably be able to say that quite well. He can speak French quite well. He has not a bad little accent at times. He did quite a lot of French years ago. So they won 133, and they actually gained 13 seats.
Well, there you go.
The Quebecois bloc actually lost.
French speaking.
Yeah. They lost 12 seats, which is pretty huge, really.
That's probably decimated most of their presence.
Well, yeah, exactly right. So their popular vote was 1 million. So here you go. There's 33 or 35 million people in Canada, right? Now, I'm going to give you the votes I'm looking at. I'm looking at 8, 16, 17, 18. 18. Half, 50% of the country voted, maybe even less.
Yeah. That's not much, is it?
No,
50%.
That's fuck all. It's nothing. Yeah. It's exactly like America. It's just, you can't be that apathetic about your country and then whinge when it does things that you don't want it to do. I mean, if you're not having a say.
And I think it's around average turnout for this election, as in previous years, around the around that percentage. So high 50s, low 60s seems to be about normal for the elections.
Yeah, look, I think you're right, and the numbers are interesting because the new Democratic Party, Jagmeet Singh, he won 7 seats, but he lost 18.
Wow. And
the Green Party, they won 1 seat, and they lost 1.
Oh.
So they must have had 2, and they've lost 1. So they
go backwards.
Yeah, their Greens are obviously just shit there. Their percentage is 1.3%. It's just terrible. Yeah, so Mark Carney actually picked up 3 seats, which is the old Justin Trudeau party.
Yeah.
They actually gained 3 seats. And you know how much on the nose Trudeau was.
Yeah, considering at the start of the year, they were pretty much looking at a massive defeat.
Yeah.
In the upcoming election.
It's Trump did Mark Carney a favor, didn't he?
I think so. And with Mark Carney's economic background, he studied at, I think it was Harvard, Oxford as well. He worked at one of the big Golden Sachs. No,
yeah, I think he did do that.
Sachs.
I think he did do that, and he was the governor of the Bank of Canada and the Bank of England.
Yeah, so he's got good credibility there in terms of running finances and things like that. So
he can run circles around Orange Head.
I mean, for sure. So I'm sure the tariffs aren't great for Canada, as we know, but I think with Carney's knowledge, I reckon he'll be able to steer Canada in new directions, perhaps, or get them out of their trouble.
Well, they're definitely not going to lay down. I know that.
No.
So,
the whole country stood up to America. Early a few weeks ago, and they all united. They're all supporting each other, buy Canadian and do other stuff like that. So, they're working well together.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good to hear because we've all got to get together. Because I mean, Orange Head's support is dropping daily over there now. There's so much information coming out now. Even some of his, MAGA people were just like, maybe I fucked up. So just watch that space. But we'll probably do something on Orange Head in a few weeks' time, hopefully when he's down the toll a bit more. Yeah. But this is not about that. So
just to add to the Canadian election results.
Yep.
The opposition leader, the Conservatives, Mr. Poilievre.
Yes.
Not only did his party lose, but he also lost his seat, or he's projected to lose his seat. So hopefully this is sort of like a parallel universe where Canada's got this result, and I'm hoping this coming Saturday, May 3rd in Australia, that Labor wins, we get a minority government, and Spudhead loses his seat. So if
I heard a bit of information on that this morning, and it seems to be even closer than I thought it was.
Here, yeah.
No, with him losing his seat,
yeah. It's only got a margin of 1.7%, and Ali France and is it Ellie Smith?
Ellie Smith, yeah.
The independent for Dixon. They're running a really strong campaign there.
If they can split the votes between them, that would be good.
Yeah, that would be great. So even the Greens are very much preferencing Labor second in that seat. So anything to get Dutto out.
Well, it was funny, hey. He was on the hustings this morning, I think it was, or yesterday, whenever it was. And he was talking about Dixon. And he go, don't worry, we're not going to put nuclear in Dixon. We're not going to do.
No, of course not.
But I thought nuclear was fine. Isn't nuclear fine? Why wouldn't you put it in your backyard? It was so good.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The exactly as you just said, but the interesting thing about that was not only did he lose his seat, he still announced that he's planning to remain the party leader.
How does that work when you
I don't know. I've got no idea. I don't know how that works at all. Yeah. But the New Democratic Party, Jagmeet Singh, lost his seat to Burnaby Central and announced his resignation as party leader. So he lost his seat.
Wow.
The Green Party co-leader Jonathan Pedneil, so close to Peanut, lost his bid in Outremont. Elizabeth May retained her seat in the Saanich Gulf Islands. I don't know where that is. So. No. Apparently, the key issues were Orange Head's aggressive trade policies, annexation rhetoric, galvanised Canadian nationalism, which we just talked about before.
Yep.
343 electoral map, blah, blah, blah. The Bloc Québécois and the NDP experienced substantial seat losses, altering the balance of power in the House of Commons. Yeah, what's his space? It's going to be interesting what happens there because, there has been a pretty big loss. 13 seats gained by the Conservative Party, but the Québécois lost 12. That's huge.
Yeah.
That sort of tells me, in a way, that if the Conservative Party gained 13 and Québécois lost 12, is that where they went?
Maybe.
It's interesting.
Yeah, there was about an 11% swing towards the Liberal Party, 7% swing towards the Conservatives, and the Bloc Québécois lost 1.3%. So, and the NDP lost 12%. So, yeah, the NDP looks like they all went to the Liberals and Conservatives. So, pretty massive.
Yeah, it is pretty big. It is pretty big. And talking about pretty big, we need to crack on now.
Yes, we will. Speaking of big.
Yes.
Speaking of big.
Yes.
The millennials and Gen Zers in the federal election here in Australia have now, of registered voters, now outnumber the baby boomers. So I haven't quite seen too many policies geared towards the younger people, but it hasn't been all geared towards the baby boomers either. So
no, that's true.
So the Gen Zs from 1997 to 2012, that's when they were born, millennials 1991 to 1996. So they represent now 43% of the 18 million registered voters here in Australia, whereas the baby boomers only represent about 33% of the total output. So a lot of the younger people are thinking about their future as much as everyone else does, obviously, but they're looking at potentially voting more towards the centre and to the left than baby boomers traditionally vote for. So it will be an interesting outcome this Saturday.
It will be an interesting outcome, and I've been listening to Hack for that exact reason, to find out what the young people are talking about. And it was really interesting. There was so many, because he went to Newcastle, he went to the Hunter Valley region to find out about, mining and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
And there was so many young people that believe in climate change, and even that live in that area, and just said, no, we have to get out. We know we need to transition, etc., etc. So, and there was so many anti Spuds, so many women anti Spud in particular. I think women, is like right up to like 56 or 58 or something, maybe even higher. For not voting for Spud.
Right, yeah.
Oh,
that surprised me.
But even there's quite a few millennial men, Gen Z men that are in this country a bit more progressive than they are, say, in the US or whatever. So it was really interesting to listen to. So, but and if you do want to listen, you can listen by. There's a whole heap of podcasts, and I have 9 of the top podcasts that they say to listen to, and I will tell you if I listen to them. Okay. Democracy Sausage with Mark Kenny and Maria Taflaga. Do not forget that. That's
highly recommend that one.
Highly recommend it. It's right up number 1 on the charts there. The Party Room with Frank Kelly, Patricia Carvelis. I'm not sure if they're still doing that. I listened to that a few years ago, but I'm not sure if it's still going, that one. So it's interesting, but it was very good at the time. There is an Australian politics podcast with regular updates featuring Paul Karp. That's a Guardian one. That is a very good one. I haven't listened to that one for a while, but it is a good one. There's Inside Politics. I haven't listened to this either, and this is hosted by Jacqueline Maley. And that's from The Age and the Sydney Morning Herald. I tend not to really listen to stuff from there, but it could be all right to listen to. New Politics is the Australian Politics, hosted by Eddie Djokovic and David Lewis, offers a critical perspective on Australian political events. It's called New Politics. I don't know that one either. This one I have listened to, Serious Danger, hosted by Emerald Moon and Tom Ballard. Yep. It's very much focused on green issues, but they do a really good job on what they do, and they have some really interesting people on there. Amy Ramikis was on there just the other day. She was really good in what she was talking about, and she just popped up on another podcast just the other day as well, but I can't remember which one it was. It might have been one of Australia Institute's one.
Yeah, I was going to say because she's working there now, so it could be Follow the Money or one of the others that they do.
Yes, dollars and cents, etc., etc.
Yeah, possibly.
But also, she's doing a live blog at the moment.
Okay.
From the Australia Institute. So if you're interested in that, I think it's just australiainstitute.org.au, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But Wendy's going to get the link and put it up. But I'm pretty sure that is the link, and we'll have it in the show notes anyway. As Wendy was just talking about, Follow the Money, that is a cracker of a podcast, and that has many people from the Australian Institute on it, and it's well worth listening to. Produced by SBS and the Australian Institute. It's a very good one.
There you go.
And number 9 on your list is yours truly, The New Blurt, hosted by Wency and the Kegster.
That's us.
That's us. And, yeah, you'll get quite a bit of election talk and Trump watch and different election perspectives, etc., etc. One I did want to mention isn't on here is called Back to Back Barry's, which is Back to Back Barry's. It's from the, I think it's called the Full Story podcast, I think it's called.
Okay.
I'll find a link. I'll put it in the show notes anyway. But Back to Back Barry's is Barry Cassidy and Tony Barry. And I love Barry Cassidy.
Barry.
Yeah, Tony Barry. And I love Barry Cassidy. And I would say Barry's probably a bit more left. I would say Tony's a bit more right. And is that how you spell it? Australian Institute. Oh, wow. It looks weird when it's together.
Australian Institute. So for those listening on the podcast, it's live.australiainstitute.org.au, which is a live feed went during business hours, I believe. Not at this time of night.
No.
Of the election coverage. So.
Okay. Well, that's enough of that. We need to crack on, but I will get the link for Back to Back Barry's. So we are now up to this.
Blurt Star says, let's get technical.
The human has been neutralized.
Yeah, still one of my favorite songs. But yeah, so what I want to talk about was just the other weekend. I think it was I'm pretty sure it was in April, just gone. There was a half marathon, and it was human versus robot half marathon. I do actually have a couple of pickies here. So what I might do is I'll just do a bit of letting people know what's going on, and then I will that beer is doing the normal thing it does. And
it's all those floaty bits.
Yes, they're very good. They're good. They're the best part of the The 21 humanoid robots raced alongside thousands of human runners in a 21-kilometer half marathon in Beijing. The robots were developed by Droid VP, Notix Robotics, and Beijing Innovation Center of Human Robotics. The designs, the heights were from 1.2 to 1.8. So quite short to about, not centimeters.
These little legs. Just so little.
They tell me this wouldn't be scary. One robot had expressive features like smiling and winking.
Oh, gosh. Any sweat beads on it too?
Well, I don't know. But that's almost as scary as when Spud tries to smile.
Oh, yeah. For those listening, we were attempting to smile, aka Spud style.
I was trying to smile. I'm sorry. I'm not sure I'm still smiling. The winner of Tiangong Ultra finish time was 2 hours and 40 minutes. And the human winner was 1 hour and 2 minutes. So suck that, robot.
Just wait a year. You know the robot's going to win in a year's time.
Yeah, I know. But, you got to take it while you got it. You got to take it while you got it.
Exactly. So human 1, robot 0.
That's exactly right. So AI-powered movement mimicking human running Some robots were wearing running shoes. That's not hilarious. Others had boxing gloves. That's just scary. Why do they need those? Is that what they were planning on? Sort of when they're going past the human, sort of smack, smack. One robot fell at the start. He did a Bradbury. No,
no, he would have won if he did.
That's true. He did what the other ones did that Bradbury did not.
Yeah, exactly.
One crashed into a railing, and one was just pissed before it got going. No, and human, too much oil. Oh, it's a robot. Who knows? I don't know. Anyway, human support engineers assisted during the race. They ran alongside, provided physical stabilization. When I read that the first time, I read it as physical stabbing. So I'm very, very, very happy that I reread that.
From the human to the robot or robot to the human? Yeah. No, that's still unknown.
But the government and the industry involvement, the showcase China's ambition in robotics and AI. Well, look, I'm not afraid to say it. I've used DeepSeek a few times, and I think it's not bad. It's not great all the time, but I don't mind it. I don't use it at work because they didn't want us to. Yeah, but I don't mind using it.
And I also believe one of the robots lost its head during the marathon. It fell, and the head just
fell off.
Yeah,
that's not scary.
Which was quite funny to see. Imagine kids watching that on the side, and go, daddy, go robot. Oh, lost its head.
Private firms like Xiaomi and UB Tech were involved and supported by. The criticism of the marathon was they questioned the industrial utility and whether it was a publicity stunt rather than an innovation sort of presentation, etc. Because if you think about it, in a way, robots have probably been able to run in a marathon for a long time, I would have thought.
Yeah.
So I don't actually know.
It's no different to Boston Dynamics, who's an American robotics company. They show off their robots and what feats they can do, like dancing, and they can do backflips and things like that as well. So, and they get shown off all the time. So I don't see the difference there.
Yeah, look,
they're doing.
I'm a bit with you on that one.
Yeah.
He Sishu, a spectator. I'm witnessing the evolution of robots and AI. Yeah, okay. And Tang Zhan, the CTO, claimed that Tiangong Ultra had long legs and marathon-specific AI that outclassed Western robots.
It's China versus the West.
There it is. There it is. Part of China's broader push into frontier technologies, AI, robotics, and automation. Well, good on them. I mean, I don't have any real issue there, especially the way Orange Head is at the moment. I know the side I'd rather be on right now.
Oh, exactly. And look, there's no harm in competitiveness and innovation.
No, not from that perspective. Yeah, no, definitely not. No, not if it makes it better or whatever the situation is.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, I am just going to try to present this and see if I can show it. Oh, okay. That's interesting.
The joys of going live. Having troubles, I think. Still trying.
Now, I'm about to present it. The thing I'm going to say is that it was interesting because just before it was a Liberal Party ad in Chinese.
Ah, wow. Interesting.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so.
Targeting key seats in Melbourne.
Yeah, I'd say you're right. I'd say you're 100%
Is that
right.
Monique Ryan's? No, which is the one that's Zoe Daniel? Is it Zolben's seat?
Yeah, no, look,
Goldstein?
yeah, but I don't know if that's where you're going to get your bang for buck with Chinese. It's more McEwen.
Right.
The seat of McEwen, the seat of there's another one too. I can't remember. I think it's actually Peter's seat. I think it's his seat, but I can't remember what it's called. There's a couple of them. Last time, I believe the Labor Party rep was Chinese, and so was the Liberal Party rep.
Okay.
So yeah, it's very close. But anyway, have a look. Go!
It's got to be
Come
a
on!
5-footer robot, that one. Stop! You don't need to keep running. Stop, robot.
Oh, he's doing push-ups now. It's just a show off.
Show off. There's one falling over.
Oh, is he getting up? Oi!
We will have the links to this video for those listening on the podcast, so you can watch the hilarity.
We will. It's a good little video, so we definitely have the links. No problems. Very cute. Very cute. There you go. Just a bit of fun. Cool. Tech doesn't always have to be. Yeah, tech doesn't have to always be painful.
No.
So there you go. There you go. That's me done. All over to you.
All right. Speaking of tech and AI and robots, we have the tariff wars between China and the US. There's also an AI chip war between the US and China. A few weeks ago, we did talk about some of those tariffs and things like the NVIDIA chips that have been designed for AI workloads because they've got the GPUs or the graphics processing units, which used to be predominantly sold for gamers and stuff like that, but now they're being used for AI. So NVIDIA have their Super U-Butte chip that does AI, but China has for the last few years been quite behind, but Huawei has revealed and released some minor information about their new chip, and it's going to be revealed at the end of May, so just in a few weeks' time. So they've quickly caught up with the tech that NVIDIA have. So they're having built trillions of little circuitry boards, so definitely competing with NVIDIA. So their chip is called the Ascend, and I think it was an Ascend D910 is the number that's coming out. It's got it's closing the gap in terms of performance that NVIDIA have had for a number of years. They're using super fine nanometer type technology for circuitry and things like that. So they're very much no longer that far behind the American products. The big implication here is that with Huawei producing their own AI chips, they won't have to rely on foreign technology. So that'll all be done in-house or within China. So that because China already has a lot of the rare earth elements that they mine to create these semiconductors, so they don't have to worry about importing that type of stuff. So they're going to become very much more self-sufficient than any other country in the world. Like we just talked about, it's also going to introduce more competition within the AI market in terms of the using chips. So that's going to be positive. So that because NVIDIA has pretty much cornered that market at the moment. So that's going to create excellent innovation, I reckon, between those two countries and anyone else who uses those chips. What else can I tell you about this technology. There's not much technical information out because they've kept that quite secret, because they're still in test phase, but mass production is coming out very soon after the May release.
Got a question, Wensai.
Yes.
The CHIPS Act that came out when Biden was there, do you know how that affects positively or negatively with chip companies in America trying to compete against what China's trying to discover themselves?
I'm not too sure, but I suspect that their intention was to stifle China's innovation, and all it's done is spur them to develop even more and quickly. You got to remember that China has a bigger population. I can't remember the exact numbers, but they have a pool of like 300,000 mechanical, electrical, computer engineers that they can pull out of it at any point in time, whereas America maybe only has about 30 or 40,000 engineers that they can rely on. So the Chinese have the greater numbers of people to be able to innovate a lot quicker. And so I think, if anything, any of these attempts to stifle China's advance has only made it worse for America.
I find it hard to believe that what you're telling me is that they shot themselves in the foot again.
Yes. That's pretty much it in a nutshell.
I find that so hard to believe. I mean,
yeah,
seriously. But anyway,
what's the saying? What is it? Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer, or something like that.
Yeah, there is that. The other one is cut off your nose to spite your face.
Yeah.
So,
or foot and mouth disease.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, watch this space. I think by the end of the year, 2025, we'll see that the Chinese, or Huawei in particular, and their AI chip will probably outperform Nvidia's, and we'll see where that race leads and gets us.
Absolutely, and that is no joke.
My brother-in-law was addicted to the hokey pokey. Pretty rough couple of years, but he turned himself around.
Joke of the week.
It absolutely is, and I have one here. Did you hear the joke about the guy who tattooed a map of Canada on his butt?
No.
Every time he sits down, Quebec separates.
Oh dear. Yours are all Canadian themed, are they?
They are indeed.
Okay, well done. Okay. I just saw on the news that they're suggesting that people check on the elderly. I'm usually up by 6 or 6:30 a.m. Bring some donuts, please. That's me pretty much these days. Yep, just bring me a donut and a coffee, and that'll do me. I'll be fine.
It's got a little bit of a problem with the budum tish for some reason. Not sure what's going on there. Just see if we can get another one happening. Am I going to have to put it in afterwards?
Just add it in post for those listening on the podcast.
A bit ridiculous. I'm just gonna have to just say it, unless it's shit, and then I'll have to go. Bah, bah, bah. How do you get 50 Canadians out of a swimming pool?
Introduced water tariffs or something like that.
No, you say, please get out of the swimming pool.
Oh, it's a very nice joke, that one.
Budum tish.
I was on a diabetes awareness website, and it asked me if I accept cookies. Is this a trick question?
That is so good. That is very, very good. I like that. Name the 2 seasons of Canada.
Hot and fucking cold.
Winter and July. Budum tish.
Yeah. Okay. What else have I got here? That's clean. Incorrectly is the only word that, when spelt correctly, is still spelt incorrectly.
Yes, I've heard that one. I
Yeah,
have
it's
heard
an
that one.
Oldie but a goodie.
It is an oldie but a goodie. What do you call a sophisticated American?
No.
A Canadian. Boom, tish.
What else? What else have I got here? I think you should go because I'm struggling to find some good ones.
All right, and we need to crack because we know what Substack's doing to us. You know you live in Canada if you stepped on someone's foot, you apologize, then apologize for making them apologize.
Okay.
That's all I've got there. I'm sorry. That's a
yeah.
Yes, it very much fucking is. Let's see if we can get a papal. Let's see if we can get a.
Can we get a real papal? Well, that'll do.
Sad trombone. I was looking for a sad trombone.
Yeah, I've got one here now. This will be my last one.
Nice.
Why did the monkey and Jane fight over Tarzan?
Go on.
Because they heard that he swings both ways.
Very good. I got it back.
Yay.
Canadian went into Tim Hortons. They love bloody Tim Hortons over there.
What's Tim Hortons before you go on?
It's a coffee place in Canada that they just, oh my God, they can't go on enough about Tim Hortons enough. You'd think that he invented coffee.
Right. It's like Starbucks, but
stuff. It's like Starbucks. Well, it's better than Starbucks.
Okay.
The coffee is better, but it's nothing anywhere near as good as like anything in Melbourne.
Australia.
No. It's American. It's Canadian American style coffee.
Right.
But it's not terrible if you really need one, but they absolutely bloody love it and always go on about it. So
anyway,
even Mick will talk about it. So Mick the Amber. So g'day Mick if you're listening or watching. Canadian went into a Tim Hortons and noticed there was a roll up the rim to win contest. All of that sounds terrible. Anyway, so he rolled up the rim of his coffee and started yelling, "I've won a motorhome! I've won a motorhome!" Eh? The girl at the counter said, "That's impossible." Eh? The biggest prize is a car. The person shouted, "No, it's not a mistake, eh? I've won a motorhome." He handed the cup to the girl who read, "Win a bagel."
Tish.
I have to do this.
I like that one.
I know.
One, but I like it.
But I couldn't get this without doing that.
Right. So ignore the first one. It was the last one that we won.
It was, yes, because the last one is just hanging on all the time for some reason. I don't really know why. It's because we're live. That's exactly why. But that's fine. That's not a problem because now we're off and we're out and we're gone. So fantastic show. Beerducation, awesome as also. Fantastic. Really enjoyed it. Really good.
Good show, that one. Don't forget to vote. And if you're going to a polling booth this Saturday, number every square for the House of Reps and for the Senate, 6 above the line, 12 below the line as a minimum. And don't forget to check out the democracysausage.org.au to find out if there's a democracy sausage or cake stall at your polling booth.
Beautifully done, Wency. Absolutely superbly done. Thank you very much for the community news there. Awesome. As Vency said there, you're not. No. As Wency said there, 5.2. Anyway, as Wency said there, yes, get out there and vote. Make sure you do, because you will get fined if you don't. They will find you. They will find you.
Make your vote count.
Yes, absolutely. Do. It's your little part of democracy. It's really interesting. My daughter was stressed to the nines about voting until I told her about Vote Compass. She did Vote Compass. She worked out who she believes in, what she believes in, and then she realized from that what she wanted to vote. And then she wasn't stressed anymore. It was really easy for her. So anyone out there who is a little bit stressed, do the Vote Compass. Find out about it. It's really easy, really, really easy. In fact, we'll have the links in the show notes, although by the time you get to see this, the election will be done. Yeah, it will be. But we might be able to put them just in some posts that we do during the week in Blurt Star on Blue Sky, Facebook. Where else are we, Wincy?
Threads.
Instagram. And we do have a TikTok, but a very, very small presence. Maybe going forwards might have a little bit more if we can go live with it and just see what happens. But anyway, so as Wency said so beautifully, do vote and don't vote for Spud. And I'm sorry, but I am going to say that. Don't vote for Spud. And we will see you next week, hopefully with the same PM we have now.
Yep. In a minority government.
Yes, 100% agree.
The minor parties as balance of power.
Yes, well, yes, but you got to think about your minor parties, which will be we would like the Progressive Teals and the Greens, and even Jackie Lambie. She's a lot better nowadays, etc., etc. So all of that sort of stuff. So we've got to get out of here because Substack doesn't like us otherwise. So bye all. We'll see you soon.
See you next week. Bye.